Hi Pisces, and welcome to your October 2021 general reading. So thank you guys for all the support last month. It's just like the fuel that keeps my energy going. My Leo's in the 8th house, so it's just like anyone, if you feel appreciated, you just want to keep coming back. So I really just want to say thank you, lovely people. So you also got two Lenormands. It's just the way the cards are coming out. So you get the birds and you then get the moon. So the moon in the Lenormand is about relationships, by the way. Quite a high level of romance. Now the birds drives me crazy, to tell the truth. It's not a bad card, but there might be a lot of messages in your head. So there might be a lot of different voices. You might be receiving a lot of information. So there might be a little bit of confusion for you, Pisces. And when I think about it, Mercury's going retrograde in Libra, and that's an inconjunct with Pisces. So I think you might be a little bit confused about... So Libra is about our relationships. It's about our balance. It's about being in right relationship with self, other, and the world. And I think this Birds card is about receiving different... It's almost like an interference pattern. So part of you saying one thing, the part of you saying another, and you might have a lot of conflicting thoughts and a little bit of confusion. Okay. The way to deal with an inconjunct is literally, don't laugh, you look up a little bit and you just say, I'm confused, can you show me the way forward? That's all you do. Resolving little inconjuncts and oppositions in our birth chart, see, once you know how, they're so easy to resolve. Whatever karmic tendencies we have, we all have them, but I think there might be a little bit of too many opinions. I think there might be a lot of opinions, and it might be creating a little bit of confusion for you, Pisces. Okay, now I'm going to pull, like everyone else, 7 cards. Okay, now you got a flying card, the 7 of Wands in reverse. So upright, this can be a little bit of a defensive card. I tend to like it because the door's opening. But in reverse, I'm not quite sure what that means. Let me find out more about the reading, because it'll make sense as we go along. Because I can't see it closing with the moon, so there might be yeah, you want the Knight of Swords pushing forward, yeah. Not the 7 of Wands anymore, sort of just breaking out, breaking through. What's helping you break through is Aquarius, the Star card, transparency. The truth shall set you free, Pisces. First it gently kicks you, and then it liberates you. And the truth calls the soul back home. And when the soul's back home, life becomes ever so sweet. The challenge is the 5 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups in your relationships. Can I move this? Wish fulfillment, living according to your desires. It's not a negative, guys. It's a negative if you go and hit everyone over the head and say it's all about me. But I don't think that's what's going to happen for you, Pisces. 4 of Wands in your money and work. 7 of Swords at a soul level, yeah. There's a lot of mind energy here. Do you know what though? Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and then a Lover's card. You're moving forward by the end of the month. This Queen of Cups is a dynamic queen. Look at her body language. And she's going to the Lover's card. there's mind energy here, because at a soul level you've got the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is like someone who's about to walk forward to a new life, yeah? But they're stuck. I call it interference pattern. Listen, Pisces, I'm not saying to sometimes question if you're making the right decision is a negative. I swear to God, I'm not one of those, you know, jump off the roof and you'll fly. You just don't want to get stuck there. And the Seven of Swords can get a little bit stuck in its process. So someone, I'm going to give you an example of someone I read for the other day. And she wants to go through a divorce. That's her story. And she made a decision, but they're still in process of untangling. Mentally, am I doing the right thing? So she's got herself caught in a mind story. That's what the bird says. So overthinking, analysis paralysis. Your opposite sign is Virgo. So you're always, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you get yourself in a prison with it. So apart from that, of course it's good to reflect on the decisions that we're making. But what you want is to charge forward. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. He just, off he goes, I'm off. Probably that and the Tower card bring overnight change. Yeah? You want to move forward now. And what's helping you move forward is the Star card. This is Aquarius. Aquarius rules the truth. And between now and the end of December, Pisces, if there's a change that you're seeking, I want you to go for it now, because after that it's going to get harder. It's going to get harder when Jupiter leaves Aquarius, okay? So I've been really working that with all my clients between now and December. Just use it, milk it, because the wind is on your sails. Is that right? You're being supported to make a change. Absolutely beautiful. It's the card of grace. It's like whatever change you want to make, it's really, really the right decision. The challenge is the Five of Pentacles. There might be a little, I can't see this as financial. For some of you, it might be. So you're not able to make the full change because there's financial considerations to take into account. So that might be the case, okay? Isn't it always? So there might be a case of how do we sort out the financial side of it for some of you? But look, in your money, you've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a dragonfly, and the dragonfly is the same as a butterfly. A mutation's happened. And so it tends to show up, oh, it's a graduation. So this is crossing a threshold. So there might be some financial considerations to take into place, but you're going for a breakthrough, look. And I wonder, I think the Five of Pentacles is a universal card. All cards are universal. I don't know anyone who doesn't have this imprint about worrying about their financial security. I think the very rich do it, as well as the one who don't have a lot of access to resources. It's like an imprint, and I think it happens in the womb. But there is financial considerations here. But look at what's going on in your relationships. This is the wish fulfilling card. It comes from an ancient tree. And it's an ancient tree that talks about being true to your own heart's desires. Sometimes this card can show up as quite a narcissistic card. I find it really impossible to use that word with a Pisces energy. Because the Nine of Cups might be a call about living true to your own soul, because having the Star card is the gift of soul, and it's your gift, which means it's telling you to be honest to your own heart energy. Yeah. Now, there's a difference that I don't regard that as selfish. I mean, it can be, But I always believe the truth, you being in your truth, is the kindest thing for everyone. Maybe always not to begin with, because there's an energy here about being true to your own heart, Pisces. You're making some mutation in your finances, because the Four of Wands is a great card. It's walking through to a new chapter. But at a soul level, there's an inner dialogue of, it could be guilt, because the Five of Pentacles can be a card of guilt. Guilty of following your heart. Guilty even of, like, it's almost like, you know, we graduate, we work really hard to walk over to this threshold. And being a Pisces, you probably feel guilty for the other people who have not made that process. Even though you've worked really hard, there's an energy, there's a story going on. I want you to be mindful of this story, Pisces, because there's no hidden thoughts. So whatever story you have got going on, it looks at something a bit guilt, a little bit of worry. That is what controls your reality. So I want you to bring soul to that. Because sometimes this planet feels like a prison planet. But when we live according to our own soul signature and our own heart's desire, not at the expense of others, but really, if this is like a separation, I don't know, I'm not saying it is, us being true to ourselves sets the other person free. But there's a celebration, there's heart's desire, but there's guilt, there's some sort of guilt thing going on here. Yeah, and your guilt's about the Eight of Cups. So this could be anything. It could be, it tends to be walking away from something now. But what you're walking towards, look, so, but we have to go through the night. And when we go through the night, we go through our, it's almost like our deepest imprints. So those deepest imprints. So if I'm true to myself and I hurt other people, if I follow my heart's desire, then someone else gets hurt. Is a story of guilt here, guys. But look, this is all the mind story about why you can't be true to yourself, live according to your heart. But you know what? You are. Okay, the first card is the Two of Pentacles, so you're still juggling. You're still juggling. All the twos represent trying to find a balance. There could be some sort of story about, you know, financial concerns here. I'm not going to kid on, there's not. For some of you, but there really isn't much to worry about with this showing up here. It's just a celebration card. For others, it's a guilt, and then you're deciding to leave it behind and walk forward. And the Queen of Cups is a dynamic energy. Not all the people are in the tarot, but if you look at the body language, you see someone, her gown's been transformed, which means she's gone through her process, because everything in life is a process. So that's what I'm not saying. If you go through this feeling guilty, Pisces, it doesn't have to be a negative. It's almost how we... It's only a negative if you build your world there. Yeah? If you keep using it to be... it's almost like self-inquiry. Is it the truth that I should feel fearful? Is it the truth that I should feel guilty about being true to my own heart? But you're moving forward, look. It's what you're looking for. You want to burst out. And the only thing it's not even in the way. I think everything's a process. And going through it is not a negative. In fact, the reason that the world's in such a state is people have not fully worked through their processes, so that they just fling it out there in violence, all that stuff. So it's not a mistake if you need to work something through, Pisces. Just don't get yourself stuck there. And I don't think you will. Actually, can I change that? You won't. So I guess some people journal, don't they, to work through their processes. They meditate. And that's all different ways of working through whatever they're working through. It's not a mistake. Just don't get trapped in feeling guilty. And yeah, I'm not going to say it again. Absolutely stunning reading, guys. I really don't know quite. Your biggest challenge is too much mind. So listen, the links to my website are below. Plus there's also a link to PayPal, because a lot of people suggested I put it up. It's a meeting for a coffee. I'd love to meet you for a coffee, guys. I'd much rather meet for a coffee than but unless you're in the UK in Brighton, I can't meet you for a coffee. So someone suggested, I put it up. Everyone's different. Act according to what's right for you. And Pisces, being true to yourself is not a negative. You have got some stuff to work through. They're only minor arcana, so they're not big soul lessons. The soul lessons are it's this wind on your back. It's almost like a sense of protection. Grace is beautiful, and it's going towards relationships. Pisces, lots of love, guys. Bye.